And we are live, or at least,
Live.
or at least Memorex or something.
Well, Memorex. Do they still even have Memorex?
Yeah, India probably.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So
We're,
tell me about this against protest that's happening in your happy little hamlet of
that's right.
about 412 people.
Yeah, well, 487, but who's counting?
I did.
Plus,
I was close.
Plus all the tourists who are here for the weekend and stuff. Well, if for those of you who don't know whomst we are, my name's Paul Swansen. I run the SwansenReport.net. The gentleman across the video screen from me having his coffee is Mr. Willie Lawson from Fight Back Media. We have been doing this for 12 years.
A long time, Paul. A long time.
Yeah, 2008 election. Maybe even a little bit before that, but
just before that, because I started doing Blog Talk Radio in March, and the tide started to turn about June or July in the election, and a lot of us got on board. We started talking about politics when we were talking about other stuff before.
True. Long time. 12 fun years, and the hits just keep on coming.
It keeps coming.
Fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com.
You got it, buddy. You got it.
I do. I do.
And I built, you know what? And I've been working on, have you seen the website lately? I've been working on it. It's so much better. It's so much nicer. Please join us.
Yes. Take a look at fightbackmedia.com. Also, the SwansenReport.net. Both are done with, we'll give an unsolicited plug for Wix.
Thank God for Wix.
Yeah, who is hosting the sites, and I'm still learning. It's been a long time since I've done any sort of web stuff, but any actually building something. So anyway, please, before we get going, share. We're going to put this up on YouTube and the usual suspect places. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can go ahead and get notified when we do new videos like these.
We will.
Because I just did one this afternoon. I put it up this afternoon and distributed it a few other places. So yeah, I talked about this afternoon as I was coming home from the store, as sometimes you are wont to do. And yeah, driving the Swansen Report mobile command post.
I love it.
Commentary on just the fear and stuff of the ongoing virus pandemic, whatever it is that goes on here. And also then, as you alluded to, today is 4th of July Eve. If you're keeping, yeah, who knew? There you go. You've got your 4th of July paraphernalia up, and
I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, we're both wearing, we're both wearing red. You've got some white here. I've got white up here. Yeah, just no blue anywhere. I don't think.
Actually, this is more. That's black. That's not blue.
Oh, okay, whatever. Anyway, so, and I don't know about in your neck of the woods. There's coffee, but there, I think the closest normal, what has transpired in years past for 4th of July, fireworks, gatherings, barbecues, that sort of stuff is not going on, at least here. I think the closest one to us is in Minocqua, which is probably an hour and a half away. I don't know what's going on in South Central Florida.
Nothing, actually. Disney won't be open by tomorrow, and Busch Gardens, where I do some part-time work, will not be having fireworks. It's going to be a bummer tomorrow because they haven't told people that they're not doing fireworks, and people are going to show up expecting fireworks. And hopefully I'll be gone from work by then. and but
You
we're
don't you
not.
don't you don't have to deal with the natives with pitchforks and torches or anything.
That's exactly right. And what's interesting here is, you probably heard that the nation's probably heard that our numbers are increasing. Our number of cases are increasing. Our deaths are dropping like rock, actually. But our cases are increasing, and people are coming out, going out more and more, and it's not really stopping anybody. So there is this weird sort of vibe that there's a number of uh, the fear nannies that are out there, but a lot of people are. You know what? I'm talking to people. Some of the guests are coming to me and saying, this is ridiculous, right? So there are a lot of people who are masked up going to amusement parks who are saying this is silly. So it is. So the fear isn't nearly as prevalent as it might look, just because someone doesn't want to fine or doesn't want the hassle of not wearing a face covering. So I think there is some hope. But you're right. The regular things aren't happening. However, in my area, you can buy fireworks down at the corner from a tent.
Yeah.
Just lie about why you're going to use them, and you could have the biggest fireworks display on in your front yard that anybody's ever seen. So my guess is a lot of that is going to happen tonight. Already, we have heard the booming of fireworks through the neighborhood. So I'm guessing tomorrow if I want to watch fireworks, I just need to open this window here.
Yeah.
Look outside.
Look out. Yeah. We've had some, maybe not in our backyard, but close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been that way, and yes, there is a place. There's a guy with a pickup truck. As you drive out of town, it's got a sign posted in the back of propped up in the back of his pickup truck that there's fireworks place up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so these things are not occurring. I mean, the normal stuff. Yes. Oh, and the funny thing, when we were in Superior a week or two ago, there was a handwritten, hand-painted sign sitting at the side of the road. You could get your very own block party fireworks display kit. Bring it home and just entertain the neighbors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then have them rush you off to the emergency room later.
Yeah, yeah.
Has anybody in?
Does it come with plastic bags like this, so you can pick up fingers and take them to the hospital with you?
There's the unintended consequences of the pandemic of no gatherings. So we're gonna send a whole lot more people to the ER for injuries, self-sustained injuries, rather than, because I said up here now, I don't know again about South Florida, but up here, I can see the lake from here. They shoot the fireworks off on a barge off of the shoreline.
Makes sense.
People are spread along the shoreline to watch it. It's not like they're putting them in a stadium or anything like that to watch it. They're all spread out all over the place. So whatever.
Well, you know what, and I live on West Central in West Central Florida. They could put barges out in the Gulf, 2 miles out actually, and get thunder booming going that would be able to be seen for 30 miles.
Sure.
And people could watch them from the convenience of their condos. They could spread them out on the beach. Just like we allow people to go to the beach in the daytime, the very same thing can happen.
Yeah.
It's just that we got to keep the narrative going, Paul, about the dangers of a virus that, by last count in Hillsborough County, where I live, over 98% of the people who have been diagnosed are somehow amazingly still alive.
Oh my goodness.
It's hard. I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it? It's hard to believe.
I know. So that's, people keep coming up here and, well, what's going on? And I keep reiterating, we have had three, count them, 1, 2, 3 cases here in the county of 15,042 people.
Wow.
Yeah. One death by an elderly of an elderly individual, but there hasn't been anything since March. So at least another 90 days since we've had anything. They've done testing. They've tested over 650 people.
653 people.
Yeah, and that's a good account as any, because the idiot writer of the article didn't bother to get an exact number of how many tests were done. Oh, we did more than 650. No, okay, good. So there hasn't been anything, and the town is full. We should have seen a spike if they tested all of those people. That was over 2 weeks ago. We should have seen a spike.
You should have.
They have not. So anyway, so that all that being said, we're leading up to, yes, what is tomorrow is the 4th of July. So whatever you might be doing, there's no local. It used to be when I grew up, maybe when you grew up, there were local parades. You put bunting on your bike and streamers, and you rode along the local parade. Not going to happen. Not going to be happening here. What is going to be happening, though, is courtesy of, and I'm not telling things out of school. This is public knowledge. You can find it on Facebook. The Bethesda Lutheran Church here in Bayfield, Wisconsin, is hosting and I should have this. I want to get this accurate, because we pride ourselves on being accurate and forthcoming, and here we go. I love it when you can multitask, huh?
Well, sometimes when you can try to multitask.
And I just look a little unusual as I'm trying to do this. We're having a silent march against racism. Oh, and they've changed the time. It was going to be at noon. Now it's at 11 a.m.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Want to get everybody home for the barbecues.
I guess, something like that. Oh, and it's only supposed to be from 11 till noon. Oh, well, that's interesting. I wonder how that happened. Anyway, so that's what's going on up here. Now, they're supposed to be having this. Come on, scrolly little thing. What are you doing here? Oh, yes. Okay, so here's the little blurb about it. Join us in an act of solidarity for a silent march showing our stance against racism in our community. Now, you and I had talked about this before, and as I said, this is a county of 15,042 people of last census count.
We all got about 6 Black people, right?
Well, actually, the demographic is a little more than that. The demographic says about 11% of the county. So, what, 150-ish, maybe between 150 and 200, I don't know, something like that. So beginning at Cooper Hill Park, Bethesda Lutheran Church front lawn on the National Park Service, Bayfield Presbyterian Church and East End Park, down Rittenhouse, down First Street to Memorial Park. More starting locations may be added if a lot of people show interest in participating. Now, here's the closer. Social distancing rules apply. Please bring a mask. I'm going, did these people, really ever think about what today is, or what the day is that they've chosen to hold this event?
Yes, I believe they do. See, I think that you give them more credit than I do. Yes, they have thought about it, and this is why they've chosen it, because they want to continue the narrative that the United States is, was founded on racist principles. When most people who are, I don't know, got through 8th grade civics and 8th grade American history can tell you that that is insane, inane, and ridiculous.
They don't teach civics anymore, so no wonder, I guess. Huh?
Well, you know,
They taught civics when you and I went to school, I bet.
they did. We
But
had a class in Florida called PAD. It was entitled Problems with American Democracy, but it was really an Americanism versus communism class where we were indoctrinated before leaving high school about how much communism sucked and how much socialism sucked. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea now. I think it's a good idea.
well, yeah, that's a good idea. But hey, let's teach American history. Well, of course, maybe we can't do that right now because all of the statues are gone. But you and I have done a lot of stuff way before that ever became popular.
Yep.
So yeah, and just this for those following along the home game. This is kind of a preview because I'm going to go out tomorrow, and I was told by the lovely and talented lady of the house that I should go out. She wasn't going to give any of these folks the time of day by going and participating or such, but I should go out and document it. So that's what our intention is, to go document what's going to be happening, and see if 4 or 5 people show up, or did we bus in folks from Green Bay and Madison or something? Who knows?
You're going to find out for sure, because that's been, Paul, that's been the MO. The MO is that if there aren't enough people there to do this organically, then you make it look bigger than it actually is. You make it look more serious than it actually is by busing people in, getting people to show up from other places. That's been their MO all over the country. So wouldn't surprise me if there were 1,000 people marching down the streets of Bayfield tomorrow afternoon.
Much to the chagrin of the local folks who are fearful of the unwashed masses coming up here and infecting everybody.
Yes.
So
yes,
we can just say, these are the folks who started this. They are the ones who planned the event. Have a chat with them.
And they won't.
No,
right.
they won't. They won't. But yeah, so it's one of those things that I'm just, we have an 11% demographic, which I would say is probably pretty accurate. It's somewhere between your best guess and the demographic.
6 and 150.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how you guys do numbers up there. So
there's a margin of error of some sort in there. Like polling,
Yeah, margin of error of 75%.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't, I certainly haven't seen it. I haven't seen, I just haven't seen it here.
So you can't look at any of the systems and go, yes, this system is wrought with virulent racism.
No.
Okay. Because in most places, Paul, most of the systems are not are not encompassed in virulent racism. Most are not. Now, are there virulent racists in places? Well, certainly, because generally speaking, people suck. And I understand that. But systems, is the educational system racist? Do they hand out books to black kids too? Yes. Do they make black kids stand outside while they're teaching white kids? Well, of course not. Will they have chairs too? Yes. Do they get to write stuff down? Yes. Do they get to record stuff while other children are recording stuff? Yes. So you basically you don't have separate but equal, you have actually equal. So education systems aren't inherently racist, and neither are economic systems. If indeed everything is all the systems are open up for everybody to participate in, then there's not one thing that if you ask these people about systemic racism, if you ask them point blank, Paul, about, okay, so what systems are systematically racist? Give me one, because I want to fight with you. They will never be able to give you an answer, because first of all, most of them don't know their butt from a hot rock to start with, which is problematical for them.
Yeah.
And there aren't any. There aren't any. So
yeah, when it comes to specifics, and that is,
forget about it.
yeah, there's not a, all right, give me a concrete, and it's anybody on the left, any of the statists. We have, I was having a conversation about masks, and somebody posted something about, Joe Biden, about Biden's floating this idea of having a federally mandated mask wearing.
Can't be done.
Yeah, well, it can't be done. And I said, well, gee, here's some facts. There's no medical peer-reviewed papers which say masks are effective. The CDC, the WHO have both said, no, masks really don't work. They're not impactful in preventing virus. So we're getting sold a bill of goods. Here, and I cited, where these things came from. Well, that's just not right. You just they can't argue the facts.
No, on the morning report this morning, and if you guys want to check out the morning report is on Spreaker, it's on Spotify, it's on iHeart.com, all the usual suspects where you get your podcast for free because you're cheap. I actually
frugal, thrifty,
cheap.
Yeah, there's that.
I talked about a paper written for the New England Journal of Medicine.
Yes.
And there is a paragraph in there that says, the article, I read the whole article because I always read the whole article. It's about masks in healthcare facilities and its effectiveness in just masking in healthcare facilities. And should people who are not dealing face-to-face with COVID-19 patients, is just the mask going to do them any good? The jury's out, really, because in situations where you're dealing with a COVID-19 patient who is symptomatic, the mask is part of an ensemble. It's part of eyewear, it's part of a gown, it's part of gloves, and it's a part of that ensemble.
Yep.
Just walking around, even in a healthcare facility with a mask on, offers you pretty much little or no protection at all. But it also mentions that people wearing masks outside of healthcare facilities, it's the same thing. The benefit is minimal, if at all, because some of the studies say that you have to be face-to-face with a COVID-19 patient who is symptomatic for 10 minutes, and some studies say as long as 30 minutes. That's a long time.
Yep.
And so the studies are coming out, and they're being throttled by mainstream media, and they're being throttled by the fear-mongers, because I think COVID-19 has become an industry.
An
industry, a religion, and a political party.
Yeah.
It's become all three of those things. And any of the scholarly studies. Now, I didn't get this study off of WorldNet Daily. No offense to you guys who love WorldNet Daily, but I didn't get it off of WorldNet Daily. I actually read it off the New England Journal of Medicine site. So and I get all my information on COVID from like John Hopkins. The left loves John Hopkins, right? Y'all like John Hopkins, right?
Yep.
Y'all like the New England Journal of Medicine, right? So I'm not getting it off townhall.com or the Rush Limbaugh show or Mark Levin. I'm going to what are typically run by leftist sites and sources, and what some of those doctors are saying. What you're seeing is not effective, and it might truly be harmful because people think they're protected in ways they are not.
Well, and it's protected. Well, the masks are being worn by healthy people, not sick people, but healthy people.
Mhm.
Therein lies the problem.
You got it.
So,
So
and
we
I,
are.
we've strayed from our main topic, but hey, that's okay.
We do that all the time, but that's okay.
There's we have all sorts of rabbit trails around here that we can we can do. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna go out tomorrow and document with both video and audio, and maybe some interviews. I don't know. Get some. Of course, it's supposed to be a silent march, so I don't know. Might have to. Can you get some? Can you get some music? Maybe we can run on the bed. There's a.
I'm thinking about the Black National Anthem.
Oh, well, there you go.
I've got it queued up,
Oh.
and we're going to be talking about the Black National Anthem on the Morning Report on Monday. I've already recorded the piece. I'm all ready to go. Whether the NFL should do it or not, we'll tell you then. Tune in. But yeah, I've got it already. We can queue it up, and they could march to it.
Well, that'll be interesting because I don't. Yeah, I want. Well, it's supposed to be a silent march, so we'll see how that all goes. I don't know. Yeah, but we will do that, and then tomorrow Saturday. So maybe over the weekend we'll start to put together some of the video and audio stuff, and then we'll get back to it. Well, maybe somewhere over the week. It depends on our schedules.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're such busy folks.
Yeah, I'm curious as hell about how this town of less than 500 white folks are going to have this march on racism. I guess I am really, really excited about how this is going to work out and what this is going to look like.
Yeah,
I really am. I think the whole concept is hysterical. Really, that level of virtue signaling is impressive.
yes,
Just absolutely impressive.
well, and as one of our friends said, they're a day late and a couple of bucks short as far as being up with the program, because all of this stuff happened what, month ago.
Yeah.
When it was really forefront in everybody's mind.
So they just got the word up there, or what?
There's the closest newspaper is only published 2 days a week, 25 miles away from here. So the news, there's no Pony Express anymore. They don't get their, well, they have TV up here, and who knows, I'm just
well, they have TV.
They're nice folks. They're nice folks. I admire them that they are okay. We're taking a stand on something. More power to you. I will go out, and I'm not necessarily supporting, but I want to see what you're doing. You're certainly welcome to express your opinion, just as we are to express ours. But
correct.
I think the optics of it are just bad. And we'll see what the optics look like tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it may be bad today, but it might be comical tomorrow. Actually.
Well, it could be. It could be. We may have a couple of moms, a grandmother, and dragging a couple of kids in the stroller, and that might be the sum total of it. I do not know.
That's what I have envisioned in my brain. And that's actually what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to some signs with some hackneyed slogans. Maybe grandma's holding up a Black Lives Matter sign, throwing up a fist. I'm personally looking forward to it because it seems ridiculous. It seems absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it'll be. And well, you brought up a good point. Is we'll see what the compare and contrast. Do we have all hand done signs? Do we have some pre-printed signs?
Yes,
that's going to be the telling tale.
Pre-printed signs, by the way, folks. If you see pre-printed signs that are even particular colors, yellow and black, or the purple signs from SEIU, you can tell that somebody else is behind it, because most people don't have the funds organically to have a bunch of professionally printed up signs.
No.
And the left still haven't figured out that we've got that part at least figured out.
Yeah, because I think I had posted a post about the there's a yard sign that's been showing up, and I forget, racism has no home here or something like that.
In two hands?
Yeah, something like that. So I looked. Cafe Press they've got pages and pages of all pre-done yard signs on any and every subject you might want. Now, I didn't find that particular one, but like you said, it's not organic because the things, even on sale, are like $16.95 a piece.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
As somebody who's tried to buy yard signs before for a political campaign, you'd never buy a gross of them for $17 a pop. You just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I looked up in Johns Hopkins how many Black people are in Ashland County. There are 110.
Oh, well, that's next door to us. So, that's
you got more there. You got more American Indians in Ashland County than you do.
Well, yeah, the reservation is up at the northern end of the county here. So.
Yep. You got
That's
about 110 in Ashland County. So it's not.
Maybe they're coming. They're going to all come up. There's going to be a caravan or something coming up here, I guess. Maybe.
I guess. Good luck. Can't wait. It's going to be good stuff.
I don't know where they're going to park.
So I imagine parking is a deal. Parking is a consideration.
It's gonna be interesting. So, so that's what we're gonna do. Again, fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com. And
the video with
Swansen
this
report.
part and the riots that are going to take place and the looting, you'll be able to see that on fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com. As you're watching this on YouTube, if you go to the website, it'll be a good thing. You'll see what else we do. Paul, the Swansen report, our friends Kevin and Janelle Batts of 46 News and Red River TV, my friend Tim Bryce of Bryce is Right. Alfonso Rachel's Zoloft is there, although you can't find it on YouTube. He's still doing it. It's on the website. So that's part of our mission, to make sure that people still have their voice.
That is correct. That is correct.
And do Breitbart. Yeah. More voices, more voices, more voices.
And so, again, as I said at the start, please like, share this, hit the subscribe button, and hit the little notification bell so you can be notified when we do this again in a couple of days, and give you the feedback and the wrap up of what has happened. So thanks everybody, and we will talk with you all again real soon.
Peace now.